it is for all 32 teams, even the guys with no trade contracts, because they got friends and relationships in the room, and there's the speculation of what your team's going to look like in a couple of days, and then there are the names that are out there that get floated out there. So it's over. I think there's a relief on 32 teams. The excitement is we traded for Bennett and Barkov last night, and they're in the lineup tonight.
And just on that, I mean, I can't really overstate it, but just getting those two guys back, just what does that do?
Size and speed amongst the hands and the skill is fine, but two big men in the middle of the ice, and it makes a difference to your D-zone coverage, and it makes a difference to how well you can hang on to the puck in the offensive zone and when you can get it to the net. So size and speed there. When you get the skill that those two guys have, you're going up against one of the deepest center ice teams in the league on experience alone. So we need those two guys back in tonight.
Particularly on that, I mean, the challenge has been the same with Pittsburgh for a decade with Crosby and Malkin, just the keys to containing those guys tonight.
And I got to put Jeff Carter in there too, just because of the experience that he has, right? It is all the standard stuff that coaches say. We say it because it's true. It's all time and space. And then with these players, it also doesn't matter. They're still, I mean, everybody's had the exact same game plan for their entire careers, and they're still going to produce those. So you want to limit. So if you give them enough, they're going to take all of it. So they're going to get their chances. We've got to stay out of the penalty box. We've got a hard gap.
Along those lines, Barkov has always talked about how much he respects Crosby because of how hard he plays in both the defensive zone and the offensive zone. Barkov, very similar. Do you see a lot of similarities between the way those two?
Maybe on and off the ice, they have different styles of game, but both are incredible preparers. They put a tremendous amount of time in the summer before and after practice. They're well known for that. So a great respect for the game, and I think also maybe a real drive to be great and to put that extra time in.
And the health of the guys, nobody's ever 100%, but you're confident that both are close?
No. I mean, there's no minute restriction on these guys. They're going back in at 100%.
And looking at the 27 moving up with Barkov, it looks like a nice reward for him, eh?
Well, he's played incredibly well. It also gives us some coverage on faceoffs. And if you're going to play against, you're either getting Crosby or Malkin, so we want some defensive structure. I've been really happy with Anthony Duclair's game. I know he's viewed as a purely offensive player, and I understand that with his speed and his shot, but he has been very, very strong in his own end. He's been very, very disciplined with his routes, showing a real good maturity. So great test now for all of these guys, not to try to keep Barkov happy, right? Just go play the game that you were playing, and he'll read off you.
And Lundell going back to center.
Yeah,
I mean,
we liked him on the wing with Barkov, and then that line kind of tailed off in terms of production. And some of that had to do with Sasha's original injury. But when we got beat up there and Lundell went in the middle, I really liked it. I think he's grown through playing on the wing. He's driving harder in the middle. And Ryan Lomberg has been a strong player for us. He's really developed his game, so we like the speed of that line.
The other night, 23 official missed shots.
Yeah.
Seen more than that.
Right.
Any
I mean, the missed
or?
ones from the point, I understand they did such a phenomenal job in the shot lanes. So we had 25 blocked. I understand when we missed the net, it's tallied as a miss. But we missed some shots up front that we were just, sometimes you're squeezing it so hard, you're driving it. You got to take a little off it to place it at times. But there were also some positioning things in the offensive zone. When you can't get a puck to the net, you got to put it somewhere else, and I think we were off with that.
Given the team's start last game, what's the biggest thing that's being emphasized and setting the tone early?
It's going to be speed and simplicity. Like I think both teams in some ways are built with the same mindset. They got lots of guys that can skate and they can make plays. But I don't think either team's coming out and that's just there. We don't need to do that. What we do need is make sure that we don't allow them that time and space, and I think they feel the same way. So this will be a lot more of a hard checking, hard gap game. Pucks will go deep. It'll be as simple as you can. And then both teams know that one of those skilled guys is going to break something loose.
A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Pittsburgh as maybe being done. They lost three out of 4 out of 5. Now they've won 4 straight.
Right.
I mean, is this a nice example of, hey, everybody can turn it around?
20 games left. We're all going to lose games. We're going to say you can't have lost that game. And then you'll come back and run the next 3. So it's about getting off the mat. Every time you suffer a tough loss, get back up, because that next game may be the one that puts you on your season-long run.
Bob and Coach.
Correct.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.